Okay, I'm going to show full installation in this, I believe this is an 04 E-Class. And first we'll start first thing I always do is set the parking brake, put the key and pull the, start the car of course, pull the gear shift lever back into neutral. This just gives you a little more room to work. Then shutting the key off temporarily. Shut the door so we remove the beeping. Pop open the ashtray, and the ashtray is going to pop out as soon as we lift up on the gear shift control, and I'm not removing it. You can remove it by pulling off the knob on the gear shift, but there's really no reason to remove it. I just push it back out of the way like so, and then we're going to take the ashtray out. Some of the tools that you would need include a pair of pliers. On some occasions you may want to use that. We use a very small screwdriver, regular flat-bladed screwdriver, and this is a Torx bit. Hard to see in this video, but all Mercedes screws, instead of being Phillips or a flathead, are all Torx bits. And sometimes a meter is handy in some applications if you know how to use one. If your application gets too advanced where you might need a meter or something, we advise having somebody professional install it. You of course need the iTronic device itself. A favorite installation location for us is in this location. We're looking in the passenger footwell compartment. There's a couple of screws that we've already removed, just two right here for this passenger footwell. And you can lower this. There's a perfect place for the iTronic right in this location. Try to see up in here. Let's lay it right up in this area, on this nice foam area, and you can route the two wires up into the glove area right there. This is showing the connection, just simply routed through here and coming out over here. It's very simple, just push them down through there. They'll come out of the cavity in this general area. If your unit harness came with this switch installed, we just want to make sure that the white switch portion is depressed, that the white dot is pressed down. It does not need to be installed anywhere. Just put it back up here with the panel. It's only used for diagnostics purposes by the dealer if they need to check something on the most bus. At this point, we just plug in the iTronic unit straight to the connection, and we'll place the iTronic up in this area. Okay, we're gonna pop out the the ashtray, and you just pop up on this little thing. Just give it a good tug, and the ashtray will come straight out. And lay it over to the side. Next is the fiber optic. You can see it right here. I'm touching it with the screwdriver. We're going to remove this fiber optic piece so that we can link in the fiber optic cables. Now your installation may be slightly different, but they all work basically the same in that this car and many Mercedes have this connection readily available. Some of them you may have to go to the back of the radio, which is covered a little more in another one of our installation guides. But you just push the little tab to the side, and when you push it to the side, this connection will come right out. And we're going to use this connection right here to do all of the work that we want to do. Okay, now that we've got this loose, we're going to push back the little blue fiber retention plug. You can either remove it completely or just push it back like so. See, that's pushed back. Then we're going to remove, you'll see the arrows, one marked out, one marked in to the device. Going to move the outside, the side that's marked out, pry up on this little black retainer there, ever so slightly, then the fiber will simply slide out. Next we're going to attach the fiber from the harness of the iTronic. Now remember, the piece of fiber we just removed, we're going to put it in the iTronic's inline connector. One of your connectors already has this inline plug pushed in. We're going to simply push it in until it snaps. Hear it click in place. Can't be pulled out now, and simply close the connection. there's one connection made. The only other connection we need to make is in the factory plug that we'd already removed. We're going to take the other end of the iTronic piece, it's right here, going to insert it in until it clicks, and then push back the blue retention piece. We have to put this back in the holder, in the cavity here. I know it's hard to see on screen, kind of dark in this cavity, but we just push this back in here until it snaps in place. I don't suggest you do this with a camera in the way because it's hard to see what you're doing yourself. Okay, so the fiber optic connection is now complete for the iTronic. We can just tuck these fibers down here out of the way. The only remaining connection is the electrical connection using the brown and orange wires. The orange wire is your...
The iTronic needs a constant 12 volt supply, so in this case I use the 12 volt supply to the CD changer, which is constant, using the red wire from the CD changer, which is 12 volt, hooking it to our orange wire, and then the brown wire to the CD changer, hooking it to our brown wire, which is ground.
It's very sticky. Okay, same thing, fold it over till it locks, and we are good to go. Now the last thing that remains to do is to run the microphone wire to the iTronic. Begun installation of the microphone wire. I've just got it temporarily hanging there. You'll see it here, and I won't be able to do it while holding the camera. But you can easily tuck stuff behind the headliner right here, like so. And then I'll show you the completed installation in a moment. We thought we'd show, there's the microphone still hanging. We haven't permanently mounted it yet. But we've ran the wire around, and you can see you cannot see it at all the way up along here. We've just tucked it in behind here, down around here, came through this little gap right here, come around here, and then once you've got it in there, I want to show you how easy it is to install it. We've got some of it still hanging out here. Literally, it is that simple to run it all the way down. Then we're going to push it around and go back over here to the iTronic. This is showing the microphone completely installed, and we're going to make our first test call on the unit now.